I was sent a TikTok. The TikTok in question is this mtaniwia radhi. So it's taxes and fees you pay when you're building. Thank you, Saida Mashari. Thank you. So the taxes and fees you pay when building a house in Kenya. And I want to talk about building a house on a budget. And nilicheki hii stuff nilionanga on TikTok and nikaona ikiwa an interesting topic to speak about. And as you can see, uh, or according to this TikTok, let's just watch it and perhaps we can tunaweza digest better after watching it instead ya kushinda tukinini sana. Let's just watch it and then we can diverge. Thank you.
Do you know the taxes and fees that you'd pay when you're building a house in Kenya? So probably you're planning to build a house. You may be doing your research on how much it will cost you and what you'll pay and what you'll need. So in this video, we are going to discuss the fees and taxes that you pay when you're building a house in Kenya.
Yeah, so there are so many, and I hope I have already watched it. So
for the purposes of this video, we are going to use an example of a house costing roughly 3 million. So number one is the building plan and approval fees from local authorities. So when you're building a house, first of all, you need a building plan. And for you to be able to get a building plan, number one, you need a land surveyor. So a land surveyor ensures that your house project aligns with the physical realities of the specific land. So the rates of land surveyors range from 5,000 to 20,000 per hour. So let's say in this case, a land...
Okay, for the land surveyor, I don't think they are really necessary, especially if you already, especially for land in Kenya. Majority of the lands that we have hazihitaji land surveyors per se, because already when you're buying, you already know the demarcations. But it's always good to have a mutation map. It's something that you can do and confirm that iko sawa. For the price for 5,000 to 20,000 per hour, I don't think huku ni Kenya, watu walipishangi per hour, tunalipishanga kikazi. So I've not had anyone charging per hour. It's hard for that usikie mtu anakucharge per hour. So what basically happens is you like kuna shamba ya juzi, a client of mine alikuwa anataka ifanyiwe survey. It's a 20-acre piece of land. So tulitafuta surveyor akalipisha 25k, alilipisha 25k, akapatiwa depo ya 5, akajiavail for a certain day, and then hiyo shughuli ika happen. So it depends on and then when you are bargaining, I don't think people bargain based on hourly basis ama time basis in Kenya. In Kenya tuna bargainingi according to the work. Chances are that's what happens. So yeah, so it's good to note that.
A land surveyor works for you for 5 hours. So if you're paying 5,000, that is 25,000 Kenya shillings. Next, you need an architecture. An architecture will definitely draw and give you a design for your house. And for architectures, they are also paid 5,000 to 20,000 per hour. So in this case, we're also going to use 5,000. So if an architecture draws the design of your house for 5 hours, you'll pay them 25,000. So
for architects, I will here nitasema it depends also. So there is two types of there architects. The more the experienced architect they are, the higher the fees will be. And history ya Parawa, if I work in Kenya, sijaona watu, okay, perhaps wako, but especially the majority of Kenyans, we don't to work in hourly basis. So you go have a concept, share it with an architect, and there are so many architects, especially on next kuna ma-architects wengi sana ka kuna mwingine unibamba sana anaitwa Ropna Hashom. He's a good architect unaweza enda ka juzi, hata kuna project nilimuapproach, hii boss, unaweza ni charge pesa ngapi? Sitasema ile ndio ni charge, but anakupatia a certain figure for that project. So basically architects, new architects wanaweza kulipisha hata 15k. I know someone alilipishwa 15k. But now this is only for bungalow. If you're building ukijenga mansion ama mansionette, whatever, kitu yote iko na stairs, there is you need an extra person who is called a structural engineer on top of the architect for the structural design.
So, and then next is approval from the county government. So you need approval from the county government for you to be able to build.
Just a minute, someone is calling me here. Hello, Jacob. Okay. Sorry for that. Someone is calling me here. So let's continue.
Your house. So the county government approval varies from county to county. So
okay, there is something he has forgot about housing. That's true. Kenya tunakupea kazi for there is someone who has commented here. Kenya tunakupea kazi kisiku bana ama for the package. That's true. So and then there is something amesahau. Before even going to the county government, because right now he's talking about the county government. When you have the architectural plan, nowadays it's a requirement you get a QS code. Lazima upitie kwa QS, a quantity surveyor mwenye atakupatia cost of that, na lazima ipitishwe kwa nini nitangwaje kwa system ya sijui ni NCA ama ni nini, and then now with these two you take them to the county government. Lazima ukuwe na architectural plan na the quantities hiyo ya quantity survey, the QS, hiyo quote ama the estimate cost of the building. So hiyo ameskip pia QS. And then when it comes to cost kuna kwanga na the architect yu kwa na bei yake, and then there is someone who atapiga stamp ya architect. So there are two costs kwa the architectural plan. Kuna the cost of build the kuchora na the cost of the stamp. Same case na the QS. Kuna cost of giving you the bill of quantities na kuna cost of kustamp your bill of quantities before you present it to the county government. And then acha tusikie Kenya anasema kwa county government.
So you need approval from the county government for you to be able to build your house. So the county government approval varies from county to county. So for example, say a county like Meru, if you're constructing a house that is worth 3 million, you'll pay 30,000 shillings. The next fee you pay.
Yeah, it's true. And he by the there is no one who can give you an estimate, especially on the counties. Now wako different. By the way, I went to Kakamega. The process is quite different to Kirinyaga. Very different, and even the requirements are funny. They are very different. Okay, basically the basic requirements is the same, but the process that hiyo ako ka process ile ofisi utatembea ni totally different from county to county. Go to Kiambu, utapata headache kingine uzeipata. So every county is different, na utarealize that hata costing there is no plan, ama kuna mtu anaweza kuambia hii cost hii ndo utapata cost, but inakwanga tu unapatanga tu ka average kama I guess they go from 0.5 to 2% of the cost, na sijuangi what parameters they use to give you the estimate ama the cost of the county approvals. Hata sijui parameters wanatumianga. If anyone anajua parameters, you can well ahead and share, but so far sijajua any parameters the county governments use to give you the costs. They just give you, ukiwapelekea hizo approvals wanakupatia tu costs ile tu kimalenge tu.
Is the environmental impact assessment fee. This fee is to ensure that the house that you're constructing complies with the environmental and public health regulations.
Hiyo ni NEMA. So hii yenye anaongea juu yake ni NEMA, and NEMA nowadays zamani ilikuwa cheap, nowadays wana charge percentage. Yeah? So the professionals in the house, if you know, you can share the right percentage, and then there is the cost to NEMA, and then there is also the costs that, so hapa kuna cost mbili. Kuna cost yenye NEMA watakupatia, and then huyu mtu ana the environmental assessment mmoja anakusaidia pia atakucharge. ili ipite haraka. Ukienda na due process Kenya, unajua utakuwa frustrated in the end, so you end up paying two fees unaenda kulipa hiyo ya NEMA kwa gava na sasa hii ya the person facilitating you. Yeah.
And it is paid to the National Environmental Management Authority
Yeah,
at a minimum of 10,000 Kenya shillings.
True.
So for the environmental impact assessment, you'll pay a 0.5% of tax. So in this case, we'll pay the minimum, which is 10,000. Next cost you'll incur is a tax, and that is a tax on construction material. So let's say in this case, you'll be using materials worth 2 million to construct that house. That will mean that you'll incur a value-added tax of 16% of the 2 million, which is 320,000 Kenya shillings. So
so hii in short anasema for hata si tax tu ya materials, hata tax ya hizo services, professional firms, architectural firms ama whatever profession wanafanya, si ukiwapatia si watakucharge VAT. So VAT lazima hiyo. Ukinunua simiti kasa hii, anything that you buy you can't escape VAT and all those other taxes, hata fuel levy hizo huwezi escape. So basically yeah.
So the next cost you'll incur is the withholding tax that is taxed on the contractor's fee. So maybe you've given the contractor to work with a budget of 1 million. So the withholding tax is 3% of the contractor's fee, which is 30,000 Kenya shillings. Next is the occupational permit fees. So the occupational permit fees is a fee that you pay before you move into the house. So the occupational
it's necessary but kwa bungalow sidhani watu hata wanaweza enda. Nani ataenda kuchukua unless tunaongea mambo ya Karen ama those upmarket areas, and I don't think Kenyans tunapenda shortcuts sana. So this occupational permit I would suggest by the way for people who wanaenda kurent how especially Nairobi and manini, always ask for them. Hata ukiuliza that only a few upmarket areas they do get these occupational permits, na ni ngumu for especially residential areas. These sana sana zinakuanga for commercial properties, but anyway.
Permit fees is paid to the county government, and it is 2,500 Kenya shillings. So the total amount of taxes and fees you'll pay, number one is a building plan and approval fees, which comes to 80,000 Kenya shillings. The environmental impact assessment, which is 10,000 Kenya shillings. The construction on building material, that is VAT, which is 320,000 Kenya shillings. And the withholding tax on the contractor's fee, which is 30,000 Kenya shillings. And the occupational permit, which is 2,500 Kenya shillings. So the total is 442,500 Kenya shillings. Money254.co.ke has written more about fees and taxes that you incur when
okay so guys talking seriously, hadanganyi sana but acha tuone comment section. Nilikuwa nimepitia some parts of the comment section na ilinibamba sana where the comments haziendi. Ilinibamba sana juu what people are commenting was huyu anaishi Kenya gani? Storia za majuzi leta Kenya, huku kwetu watu kupangi hata shilingi, labda useme tax ya material, lakini hizo vitu zingine unasema that's true, no one really pays hii ni shamba la wanyama hii so acha nisiongee sana, but you can see even like the son of the president kama hata alipi nini za matatu ma licenses na nini. If the president himself is not following Kenyan law, who do you expect to follow? So basically you real at by the way, this is important, and by the way there is hizo vitu zote ziusaidia. But if we had working institutions, those licenses would be worth it. Shida ya Kenya ni huyu mtu, the moment umejireport kwao, they will now start frustrating you to ili wakupitishie, na the only advantage watakupatia is zero. Hakuna advantage watakupatia, ni frustrations peke yake, na kitu wanataka tu ni pesa yako. Unaona? So majority of these licenses zote hata zikiekwa zinakuanga na muhimu sana. Kama ya NEMA ni environmental impact hiyo inasaidia, na kama NEMA does its work neighborhood yenyu itakuwa sorted. But ni mara ngapi umeona sasa kuna nyumba tunasumbuka juu ya sewage yani kuna mashida mingi sana Kenya kusema that it's ati sasa juu unajenga nyumba ya 300k na ama 3 million niende nilipe tax. The only tax ama hizi licenses, if I can avoid them I will avoid them. Basically that's my motto, if I avoid them avoid them. Na wakikupata wewe jua venye utadili nao kwa site, juu hata ukijipeleka huko only big developments that hawezi jificha, ama all these other big developments that even make sense na wacha nisikufiche, there are even more things that you need to pay. Sasa nilikuwa nasema mtu anajenga nyumba ya ghorofa, kuna structural design. On top of the structural design kuna hiyo structural design ipitishwe, the stamp on the structural design, and then on top of that kuna hiyo ya QS amesahau, so hii pesa hata inaweza kuwa even more, so there is even much more money you can end up paying. So yeah, it's something that I thought we can share. Yeah, and I hope that we've learned something. Yeah, I